get on the same bus together. And as they get on the bus, the lady's asking her all these questions. What are you doing? Where are you going? And the lady's going to Placita Olvera to see this famous statue. And she's on her way. But two of them have the most incredible conversation where the lady tells her what it was like when she was 20 years old, how she got married, the places she traveled, what she had done in her life. And as the two of them are talking, she's thinking to herself, I come from Mexico. I don't see my grandmother anymore. And here is this incredible lady who's reached out to me that I simply talked to on the bus. And as she approaches her stop, the lady leans over and whispers in her ear this message. I want you to make sure you do good in school and don't let any guy get you pregnant. And the lady leaned over to her and said, God bless you. And she said, God bless you all the same. Just from simply helping a person cross the street. That story is so powerful. It's amazing what my students have done this last semester. And so, one of the things I think is really amazing is that the secret to happiness is aging gracefully. And one of the ways that we age gracefully is by a quote a dear friend of mine told me. He came to my speech this last Saturday at the Beverly Hills Library. His name is Bob. Bob said, the greatest intelligence you can get from the world is from a 5-year-old and a 70-year-old. I said, you want to know why? Because a 5-year-old just goes ahead and says it. They don't care what the outcome is. And a 7-year-old has so much experience in their life that they can't wait to share it with other people. And I think that's the same of every single person in this room here today. So I've told you about my stories, about random acts of kindness. I've told you how my students have gone and inspired other seniors in the world. And I'd like to ask you a question and have a dialogue for 10 minutes or so and think about what are the ways that each of you might be able to do some random acts for some other people. Maybe it's a story of what someone has done for you. Maybe it's a story of what you've seen done for someone else. Are you guys with me? Do I have some people who are going to help me? Can I see a show of hands? Oh, great, great. I love those ladies in the back. They're really helpful. I hope I'm not putting you on the spot, but could you kind of share something with me that you've seen or been a recipient of?
Oh, well.
Can you tell us your name?
My name is Michael.
Okay, Michael.
And I was just recently on a bus trip with seniors to Castle. And somewhere along the way, I lost my glasses, my sunglasses. And I didn't know anyone on this bus. And about 10 minutes before we had to catch the bus to go back, and a woman said she would help me. And she found the ranger's office for me. And someone had actually turned in the sunglasses. So my story is about this woman who didn't know me, who kind of held my hand, just trying to get my sunglasses.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. That was truly an amazing, amazing story because you see, we think the world's filled with mean people who won't do anything to go out of their way. I have to share something else with you. I did a whole semester of random acts of kindness, and this summer, it is coming back to me in more ways than I ever could have imagined. There are so many people who go out of their way to simply help and they ask nothing in return, but it just makes you feel so good inside. Is there someone else who has another story? Someone else have a story they'd like to share? Someone else have another story? Another story. Going once. Going twice. Do you have a story you'd like to share? You don't know what to say? My friend in the back there, you have a story. We have a story. I have a person who's going to come and tell a story about a random act of kindness. This person is named JP. JP is one of my students at my college I teach at. He comes all the way from LA City College. And he's come down here just to hear this presentation. So JP.
Hi everybody. Just recently, I've been reached out to by various people to get me back on track. Let me think. Actually, she's probably been the most kindest person. In all honesty, she's been helping me with my speaking, with my public speaking. She's developed her way to just work with me on outside of class. On a consistent basis, just to talk to me personally, and I think that's one of the kindest things that anybody has ever done for me, to be honest with you. So thank you.
So, you never know what's supposed to. You have another story? No? Okay, well, what do you guys need is you need to take my public speaking class. You can take my public speaking class over at the college, and I'll teach you how to overcome that fear. I work at Santa Monica College, which is really close to here, and I also work at another college called LA City College. So let me go ahead and finish up here for you. So when we're talking about these random acts of kindness, I told you about my friend Crosby, the incredible guy who worked with Cesar Chavez. Life doesn't have a way of working out very nicely. My friend Crosby moved up to Vashon, Washington, which is on a beautiful, beautiful island. And for his daughter's birthday, they went out on a hike in the state of Boise, Idaho. And when they were out hiking, they came to the bottom of the hike, and my friend Crosby took a hit and a fall, and he hit his head so badly, he suffered permanent brain damage, in addition to dementia. And so when I went up to see him to celebrate my 50th birthday, and his wife's Betty's 89th birthday, and I said, can I please see my friend Crosby? And they said, Rosalind, we want you to hold on to those very special memories that you have. And we want you to remember the great person that he is, because your memories that you have of him are the most important. Crosby was a really important person in my life, and his wife Betty was even more important. But it shows us in life that no matter how good you are, how much you do, we never know what life has in store for us. Nobody makes it out of here. But we can all leave a legacy. There was another story of a conference I went to, and they gave this quote, and it was this: what will be the fingerprint that you leave on the world? I posed this question to my students, and the answers were truly amazing. And if you want to see these stories, I invite you to go to my webpage just to see the blog, so you can see the stories. It's rosalindkahn.com. And their stories of what these students said about the fingerprint they leave on the world. It's amazing when we think about this life and this legacy. And today I told you how it is that I began with this idea of creating random acts of kindness to simply make my students happier. And the results were fourfold in the happiness they brought to themselves, to their peers, to the class, and to the world around me. I don't normally tell 10 different stories for 12 or 14, but I think all of you are enriched by these beautiful tales that I've shown on how I've worked my magic to inspire other people to reach out their hand and be friends. And so I hope that when I leave here today, you will think differently about simply opening a door, smiling at another person, saying hello, how are you, trying a new language, doing something so that we can surely make each and every day that we're here a wonderful day to truly be thankful. And I'd like to say gratitude beyond words for allowing you to come out and have me speak with you. My name is Kahn, and I'd now like to open it up for questions. Thank you so much. My last name is spelled Kahn. There you go. Is there anyone else who has any questions? Any questions? Come on, someone please ask me a question.
You know, say, maybe she can do it in Farsi. So it could be just really brief. Just say, if I can. ایشون خانم روزن کان هستن و معلمم و امروز اومدن اینجا تقریبا یک چیزایی که روابطی که بین جوانها و مسنها هست. میگن یک پلی از جوانها به مسنها، یعنی جوانها بتونن کمک کنن که مسنها بتونن استفاده بکنن و برایشون در بعضی چیزا بهتر بشه راجع به این موضوع صحبت کردن و تمامش هم همه تقریبا داستان بود. برای اینکه ایشون معلم هستن و سر کلاس که میرن این دانشجوها یا شاگردا هر کدومش یه داستانی دارن که به یک کسی کمک کردن، میان تعریف کردن و بعدا تعریف کردن و از این جهت به همدیگه یاد میدن چطوری به مسن‌ترها کمک بکنن. یکی از داستاناشون این بودش که گفتن که آنکلشون از فلوریدا آمده بود و این مثل که میره بیرون و گم میشه و از اون روز اینا خیلی ناراحت میشن، براشون درسی میشه که بتونن از این به بعد به مسن‌ترها کمک بکنن. و یکی از دانشجویانشون این بودش موضوعش که یک کسی هیچ کسی رو نداشت و وقتی که اومد خونه یه نفر دیگه نشست اصلا باشه کمی صحبت کرد چیز کرد، اصلا به کلی حالش عوض شد. از اون چه که قبلا بود اصلا عوض شد، یه آدم دیگه در من. و همینطور نشون میدن که با مهربانی و با این چیزا میتونن همه کارا رو بکنن. یکی دیگه یه خانم 16 ساله گفته که خونه‌ش دیگه در میزنن. رفته دم در یکی اومده میخواد تلفن بزنه. اردش تو داره تلفن رو بزنه، یه مقداری نمیدونم غذا و جوجه و خوراک و اینا بهش داده و اون آدم چقدر عوض شده، چقدر مهربون شده، چقدر خوب شده، چقدر مثلا این براش فرق کرده و چه براش موثر بوده این کارایی که کرده. دیگه از داستانهایی که ایشون گفتن، یک کسی یک دسته گلی حتی خودش رو قرض میکنه میره دسته گل میخره برای یک خانم مسنی و اون انقدر خوشحال میشه که از اشک از چشماش میریزه. این روز بعد که میره سر کلاس میگه من امروز کار خوبی کردم، میگن که تو اصلا اون پولی هم که قرض کردی نده، اون پول باشه برای خودت. یک کسی مثلا دم ایستگاه اتوبوس وایساده بوده، یه نفر دیگه میاد میخواد اتوبوس سوار بشه، اتفاقا دوتاشون دمی ایستگاه میستن و قرار بودن که دوتاشون توی اتوبوس سوار شن. بعد که تو اتوبوس با هم سوار میشن اونجا با هم دیگه آشنا میشن، صحبت‌های خیلی زیادی با هم دیگه میکنن و از این بابت خیلی خوشحال بودن که با هم دوست شدن و اون یکی هم اون میگه که خدا به تو God bless you، خدا بهت برکت بده. اینا تمام داستانهایی بود که ایشون تعریف کردن، یعنی شاگرداش اینا سر کلاس میگن، برای اینکه بگن که اونهایی که کوچیکترن به اونایی که بزرگترن و میتونن خدمت بکنن، حالا هر چی باشه، مثلا کسی ماشینش میخواد از در خونه ببره تو، اون یکی میاد در گیت وایسه، اون در گیت رو براش باز میکنه راحت بره تو. خود این یک کمک خیلی زیادی به اون آدم مسنه کرده. تمام اینا رو تعریف کردن که بگن که واقعا بایستی که کمک کرد به بزرگترها و به بزرگترها احترام گذاشت و اینها. منم از طرف همه شما ازشون تشکر میکنم. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you all so very much, and I guess we go on to the next portion of our meeting. It's truly been a blessing, and I hope that when you leave your day, you'll have a smile on your face and a very warm place in your heart. Thank you so much.